All right, so this is what's stopping you from losing fat. Maybe you've been trying for years already. You could be, maybe when you were younger, you were in really good shape, but now that you're older, you're out of shape, and you just want to get back to that look again, where you have more confidence, where you have everything you need. I'm gonna just show you what are the things holding you back from getting to your goal. So the first thing I see people mess up, they tell me, I've been in a 2,000 calorie deficit, and I'm not losing weight. I'm tracking my calories. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Hold up. You're only eating 2,000, or they'll tell me I'm only eating 1,000 calories. Hold up. You're only eating 1,000 calories? Bro, you're starving. You're starving. The thing is, a 200 calories, that can make a big difference. So if you're putting coffee creamer in your coffee, that could be holding you back from seeing more progress. You want to have foods that are in lower calories. You don't want to have super high calorie dense foods like that. Like peanut butter, you can eat. That's great for bulking, but for losing fat, absolutely not. You can get things like PB2 because that's peanut butter, but it's lower in fat, just lower calories as well. So that's something I would recommend. Making those switches. Oftentimes, you don't actually have to cut out foods you like. You just have to find lower calorie options. This is what I typically recommend. Fill up your plate half with protein, about 10 ounces at dinner time. I'll do about 10 ounces of chicken, 300 grams of veggies, and 300 grams of a carb source, or 200. It really depends, but that is the way you should be doing. You should be splitting up your plate with mainly load up on the protein and the veggies first, and then add the carbs. Like you don't want to be overdoing it. I see people, man, they'll go for the pasta and they'll throw in 2 scoops of pasta. But what it comes down to is really your overall calorie intake and just tracking that perfectly to ensure that you're in that actual calorie deficit. Same thing with drinks, lattes, juices, alcohol. You can't just eat clean throughout the week and then go out with your boys, get blacked out drunk, spend hundreds of dollars on drinks, and expect to get in shape. You're telling me you want to add 5 pounds of muscle mass, but also get shredded? But you're going out to the bars, drinking beer, and you wonder why you have a beer belly. You wonder why you're fat. Of course you're fat, bro. It's because of the habits that you have. Now, I'm not saying you have to go completely sober. You could have 1 or 2 drinks max, though, and make it hard alcohol. If you're gonna drink alcohol, have something like tequila, vodka, like that's lower in calorie, that'll get you drunk more faster. Instead of wasting your time drinking beers and becoming even more fat, because those calories add up. It's all about making smart decisions. That is what the solution really is. And not only do you have to be smart with your decisions, you have to stay consistent. Because we see all the time, we see science lifters, we see skinny guys that are really smart in the gym. They know so much, but why are they not jacked? Because they can't stay consistent. They always fall off track. They don't know how to balance their schedule. They might know a lot, they might do their research, they might be insanely scientifically proven with all their facts and everything like that, but they're not jacked because they can't actually put in the work. They can't actually show up to the gym and push themselves with the strength, with progressive overload, with the effort. They don't have that level of intensity. So sometimes you can have the knowledge, but if you're just not putting in the work, you're not going to get to your goal. You're not going to see the progress. You're not going to build the muscle without putting in effort. Skipping workouts just because you're busy at work or busy at school, that you have time. You you can be a college student, work another job, and still make time for the gym. It's about planning out your schedule, and it's about having better time management. Don't use that as an excuse to let yourself go. Don't you let that as an excuse to say, "Oh, it's okay. I'm too busy to focus on to be in good shape right now." You kidding me? It takes 3 hours out of your week. You can go to the gym for 30, 40 minutes 3 times a week, and that is going to be better than doing nothing. Something is always better than nothing. Don't get stuck in this all or nothing mindset. I don't understand why people think that they can't have both. If you let yourself go, you will never be complete. You will lack, you'll be just missing something in your life. Frequent cheat meals, you can have a cheat meal. This is where people go wrong. With a cheat meal, you can have it, but don't make that cheat meal 5,000 calories, Big Macs, and a cake, and ice cream, and pizza. No, that's not a cheat meal. That's just you just annihilating, picking out. You can't do that. Even if you do that one day, you're going to be slowing down you're going to be just being stuck in this yo-yo diet, plateauing. If you actually want to make results, make it happen long term, you can have small cheat meals, right? So I'm talking about one Big Mac and that's it. One Big Mac, there you go. Because the thing is, you have to be in that calorie deficit. That's the thing. You can have a cheat meal. Just make sure you're in that deficit, or you could go to maintenance, whatever. It's about the weekly trend. If your weight is trending downwards, you're doing it right. But if you're gaining 5 pounds one day because you eat like a fat ass one day on the weekend, you're just never ever gonna get that six pack. So you can't be doing that. You have to actually monitor your cheat meals and control them. Control your willpower. So the solution though, I'm not saying to go only eat chicken and rice. Because if you just do that, you're not going to be able to stick with that long term either. Chicken and rice, you'll get bored of that shit. I used to do that. It's not fun. You don't have any pleasure in your diet. You don't have any pleasure going out. What's the point? The solution is to 90% of the time eat whole foods, clean, and then here and there, if you want to go out to a restaurant, enjoy yourself, but don't pig out like a fat ass. And these habits, you build that up, you figure it out, you plan it out. This is what gets you results. Now, thinking that you can just lose 20 pounds in 1 month, it's going to take a little longer than a month. Let's be honest. Sure, maybe if you were insane, you could lose 20 pounds in 1 month, but it's not going to be your dream physique. You're not going to have that dream look you're really, really looking for in just 1 month. Let's be honest. It takes at least 90 days to see a serious difference, and you should be setting yourself up for that. So instead of saying, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds next week, next month, say, I want to lose 20 pounds in 3 months. A little more reasonable. It's still pretty aggressive, but it's more reasonable. And by setting a sustainable rate, tracking your weight, making sure you lose about 1 to 2 pounds per week, that is what's really going to get you there. And focusing on the scale, weighing yourself every single day. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about my feelings. You weigh one day on the scale and you're heavier, too bad. It is what it is. It is a number. Because people get worked up about that. Like, bro, it's just a scale number. Don't get it's just progress. It's more information that's gonna hold you accountable. The scale can hold you accountable. The scale can see, you can step on that and you can be like, damn, did I go too hard yesterday? Was I eating too much? Or maybe did I get bad sleep? What did I do that made me way heavier? Or was I perfect? I dropped 2 pounds. I stepped on the scale this morning and I'm lighter. I'm feeling good. You just can't get worked up on the number, and you just have to use it as a tool to guide you in the right direction. So trust the process, stay patient, and when you get these wins, congratulate yourself. If you do drop down 2 pounds, we can, say, let's go, positively reinforce yourself. You don't want to be frustrated, like you don't want to be down on yourself. You need to reinforce yourself with good things every time you do something right, and just keep going with it. So, only does it have to do with food, it also has to do with stress and sleep. Now, this is super underrated. Nobody actually really talks about this ever. And if you have high cortisol, it will make things a lot harder. If you're constantly stressed out, work and everything like that, yeah, it does make it slightly harder. But you still gotta work, you still gotta go to school. So the best thing to do is really do your best to manage it. Stress through meditation. Walking is one of the best forms of cardio because it does lower cortisol. On top of that, journaling, but also really just managing that phone, right? We all love our phones, and you don't want to get stuck doom scrolling. You don't want to get stuck, up your circadian rhythm because you're watching TikToks for hours and hours a day, even before sleep. That's terrible for you. At least wear blue light blockers. So I would highly recommend, damn, I don't have them with me right now, but normally I wear blue light blockers when it comes to about 2 hours before bed. I actually want to be able to sleep, and I don't want that, blue light to disrupt my whole sleeping pattern. So that's one thing you should definitely check out, some blue light blockers for sure. And try and get 8 hours. Try and go to bed same time every single day. Wake up early. Take some supplements if you have to. But if you've got your sleep dialed, then you're good. And really just comes down to, like, hardest part is just staying disciplined, setting that bedtime, and following through. And the best thing I found is just reading on the Kindle, 30 minutes before bed, can get me out. That can get me pretty tired. So, and morning sunlight as well. If you do, try and get out in the sun. If you don't have much sun, definitely take some vitamin D. So another problem, if you're not strength training, what are you doing? I know you want to lose fat, but you don't actually just want to lose weight, do you? You want to lose fat, and you probably want to build muscle too. So the best thing to do is strength training. It's going to help preserve muscle. It's going to help boost your metabolism by building that muscle. And cardio is great. It does burn calories, but it doesn't help you build muscle. It helps you burn calories, but that's really all it is. And it's great for your health, but it doesn't make you jacked. And we want to look jacked. So the solution is to weight train, I would say actually 3 to 5 times a week. It depends on you, your schedule, and your goals. But at the bare minimum, you could do 3 days. At the max, I would do 5 days. So focus on the compound movements, squats, deadlifts, bench press, weighted dips, weighted pull-ups. Why? Because these are going to save us time. Right? You can hit multiple muscle groups all at once. That's why they're so crucial. Like, not only is it about building strength, but it's about building athleticism, real world strength. Because who cares how much you can, on a one-legged iso leg extension, a couple reps, like that with the bench press. Like if somebody, imagine like that girl just is like on top of you, or somebody lands on you and lands on top of you with the bench press, boom. You can just push them right off and escape and actually breathe. You don't want to be stuck pinned down by somebody. So the bench press with the strength, it's crucial, right? We got to have real world strength. And these compound movements, not only does it help us build a great physique, it also helps us be athletic as well. Don't focus so much always on the result. Focus on the day-to-day action, the things you can control. Because you can't control if you get stressed out one day. You can't control something bad happens and your leg gets injured. You can't control that, but what you can control is what you put in your mouth. And over time, if you track everything right, take progress photos, you follow a meal plan and workout plan, then you're going to get long-term results. But if you don't know what you're doing in the gym, don't know how to track your calories, you don't know, how to go about that, and you want the step-by-step blueprint, well, first, click the link in the bio, and I'll reach out to you. See if you're a good fit for one-on-one coaching, and if, you are, then we can hop on a call, and I can really walk you through this process. But I appreciate you guys sticking to the end of this video. Let's freaking go, bro. Everybody needs to get lean this year. Peace.